Okay, before the surgery, I can only do leg extensions with my left leg, which is visibly smaller than my right leg. And I can only do leg extensions with, I started out with 10 pounds, and then right before the surgery, it went down to 5 pounds. So I have 10 pounds on the leg extension, and I'm gonna try to get as many reps as I can. First objective is to actually lift the 10 pounds, which I couldn't before those pre-op. Now post-op, let's see, and post-op, today is actually 28 days after the surgery, and I've been doing the treadmill now for, I would say, 2 weeks, and again, 3 miles per hour, 20 minutes a mile pace, and a 1% incline. So let's see if any of that has helped. That's the one negative about living by an airport where military planes can do their exercise. So good and bad. The neighborhood's awesome. So I'm not able to fully extend the leg on the left side, but now I'm able to get 15 reps where pre-op I could not lift 10 pounds. So that is a great indicator for me that I'm making progress, and I love that, you know, it gives me hope that I'll be able to put everything back together in terms of not just my physique, but the strength that I need, especially, you know, you hit 70 and you understand how valuable little things are. The ability to bend, the ability to lift things from the floor, the ability to just be mobile, to just walk without a walker, without a cane, just to be able to do things that at an early age we just take for granted. So I think that the fact that I've been training most of my life has given me the ability to make this type of progress so quickly, but it wouldn't have been possible without the surgery. All right, we're going for set number 2. That was 12 reps. Okay, I'm gonna give myself a minute's rest before I start the next set. And just to give you a little bit of what you can expect today, I'm going to move up to 10-pound dumbbells. The 5 pounds just weren't making it. And when I look at my muscles and I look how much I've lost, and I'm trying to get, starting to get that wrinkled skin look that you get with aging. And I'm trying to delay that look as much as possible. We can fight time, we're not gonna win. But I guess there can be an argument made for people that are in their 90s that are still active and healthy and independent. And it really is, it really is a battle that we have to take up, with ourselves and set those high standards, go beyond the expectations that medicine and so-called experts put on us. Those expectations may be great for the general public, but we're not the general public. We are cut from a different cloth. So here goes set number 3. All right. Went for 15 reps on that one. Okay. So now we're going to move to upper body. So these are 10-pound dumbbells, set number 1. Okay, 12 reps on that set of lateral raises. Since I increased the weight by 50%, I'm just going to take a brief rest period and then continue with the second set of lateral raise, 10-pound dumbbells. If you notice, I try to, it's hard to see in the video, but I try to bring my pinky up. Once I bring the weights up to parallel with the floor, horizontal with the floor, horizontal rather, parallel to the floor, I try to raise my pinky up higher than my thumb. This activates the medial head of the deltoid. So set number 2. That was set number 2. That burned. Can't lie, that burned. But you know what the Marines say. And Marines are credited, not sure Um, Actually, we're the first ones to use this phrase, but pain is weakness leaving the body. So, a little bit of weakness leaving the body. Ah. Oof, oof, oof. Third set. Next movement will be so-called Arnold presses, where you start with the palms of your hands facing you, and as you press up, you're turning the palms of your hands so that they're facing away from you. And then you, the movement is mirrored as you come down. The palms of your hand twist from facing away from you to facing you, so that at the bottom of the movement, your palms are facing you again. Here we go. That was one set. I felt the burn. Actually, can't lie, feels good to be feeling that burn in my upper body again. Feels really good. I can't wait to be able to do all of this. You know, I can't wait to add to my routine, slowly but surely, add to the variety of the exercises, add to the weight that I can use. I gotta say, I feel really good. Yesterday, I did not train at all. The day before, I did my sessions on the treadmill, but yesterday, I just felt like my body needed rest. And above all, what you learn as you get older is listen to your body. Your body knows. And you have to learn to differentiate between your body not wanting to do something because it'd rather not, it'd rather just spend the day on the couch or reading or doing other things. And when your body, you have to know the difference between that and when your body really needs rest, because you've pushed it. And the thing to be aware of is that this is still a healing process where that fusion has to take place. So I have rods, I have cages in my back. It's only been 28 days. And that fusion, that's what the surgery is called, when they put something foreign inside and your bone actually has to graft with that. It has to merge with that, has to fuse with that. So you need to be conscious of that, and again, understand that your body only has a limited amount of energy to work with. The amount of energy is going to depend on how much you push it the day before or even that day, how much rest you get, how well you sleep, how much, obviously your diet, nutrition, are you eating enough protein to give the body the building blocks that it needs. One of the things that I do is instead of just drinking water, I drink amino acid drinks, and that way I'm constantly giving my body amino acids or the protein it needs to rebuild damaged tissue. So here we go, talked enough, set 2. Twelve reps, 2 sets so far. Third set coming up. Be honest with you, I didn't feel the burn as much as I did on the second set as much as I did on the first set. And I think that something to keep in mind is that that first set is usually, in some cases, the hardest, because your body's has to acclimate. Your body has to acclimate to the movement. So you make small adjustments, which in anything, martial arts, weightlifting, running, triathlons, whatever, small adjustments can make big, big differences. And it's no different when you're doing bodybuilding or resistance training. Little adjustments to the movement, to where your hand is, how you bring the weight down, where you bring it to. All of that can make a big difference in how you feel, how that muscle is activated. And one of the things, obviously, and I really need to mention this, is that you always want to keep safety in mind. If you're feeling something, your body is always going to feel little nudges and aches and little pains. But you have to know the difference between those little aches and pains that are really just your body adjusting to what you're doing, or something that can cause an injury. So I've been doing this for so long that I feel confident that I know the difference, but it's always something to keep in mind. The most important thing when you're doing all of this is safety, right? Okay, talked enough. Third, last set. That's 10, that's 11, and that's 12. Okay. Still feel good, back feels good, back feels supported. I'm wearing my brace. So far it's been a pretty good workout. Again, 20 minutes on that treadmill, 3 sets of leg extensions with my weak leg, and ultimately when I'm done here, hopefully I can get 3 sets of dumbbell curls, but when I'm done here, it'll be 9 total upper body sets for shoulders and biceps. So it may be 12 because there is a movement that I want to add. I have a resistance band, and I want to add stretching for my resistance, actually, not stretching. Resistance for to activate the rear delts, and I'll show you what that looks like once I'm done with these 3 sets of bicep curls. 12. I have spaghetti arms now. Not that they were ever, you know, bicep, Arnold arms or C-bum arms or anything like that. They were decent. Now they're just spaghetti arms. They're, I think they're still better than most 70-year-olds, but for me, that's not anything to shoot for. Most 70-year-olds don't train as hard as I train. But there are some guys out there, you see them on YouTube, 85 years old, they put me to shame. So those are the role models that I pick. The guys and women. There's an 84-year-old woman, I don't know her name. She can do 4 legit pull-ups, which means that she goes all the way down, hangs all the way down, and pulls her body weight all the way up, chin to bar. And she is one of my heroes. When I reach 82, 84, I want to be able to still do 10 reps from chin-ups, real chin-ups. And she's the type of person that keeps me motivated and proves that age is really just a number. Although sometimes when you wake up and you have these aches and pains, it feels like more than that. But that you can overcome what society has determined are the limitations that we have as we age. Step number 2, bicep curls. Trying to keep my shoulders back. Curls. One of the things that you really have to watch out for is that your bicep inserts under your anterior deltoid. And the anterior deltoid, if bicep curls are not done correctly, can do so much work that you can injure them. I really felt that's it. So one of the things to remember is that when you're doing bicep curls, actually when you're doing any type of movement, you want to make sure that you're activating the muscle that you're working. What does that mean? If I'm doing bicep curls and I'm standing, I have a easy curl bar, straight bar, and I'm doing so much weight that I have to swing the weight. Now my lower back is being activated. My anterior deltoids certainly are being activated. And the thing to remember is that for muscles like the bicep, tricep, even though the tricep has 3 heads, the bicep has 2, it's not like the quadricep. Quadricep has 4 heads, but they're long, strong, big muscles that were designed to hold our weight, our body weight. Bicep curls, we don't walk on our hands. So bicep curls are small. Biceps are small muscles, triceps are small muscles. You don't need a tremendous amount of weight to work them. You need good form, focus, concentration, and that, what they always say, which is very true, that mind-body connection. And you see so many people, young people especially at the gym, and they're working out, and in between sets they're on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, and they lose sight of what they're doing. They're not focused, they're not in the moment. And just like with meditation, you have to focus on whatever type of meditation you're doing, whether that's just breathing or activating your chi, you're focused on that when you're meditating, right? Just like that meditation, that principle of meditation, with weight training, you want to focus on that muscle. You want to make sure that you're activating that muscle. You want to make sure that you're not just going through the movement of just bringing it up and having a bunch of other muscles involved in that movement. You want to make sure that you're isolating that muscle and really working the muscle. Here we go. Set 3. That was only 10 pounds, but I really felt that burn, and I can only get 10 reps out of that. All right, taking these back, gonna get my resistance band and do rear delts. Okay, this is a light resistance band, and I'll be working rear delts with this. That was 12 reps, working this muscle here. Again, generally this would just be a stretch for my shoulders, my rear delts before training. But under the circumstances, you have to improvise, and this is a good way of working this is a safe way of working my rear delts. By the way, this goes out to Dave. No, my doctor hasn't cleared me for this. Geez, I have a burn in my biceps that's incredible. My doctor hasn't cleared me for this. I'm sure I've said this before, but when I asked him when I was be able to train, he said, my expectations are from 6 months to a year before you can start really training and seeing any results. But my answer to him was, those are your expectations, not mine. Keeping in mind that doctors, rightly so, are always going to protect themselves first and not give you any recommendations or advice that could put you in jeopardy, and you can come back and say, well, you told me I could do it. So, like I said, his expectations, not mine. All right, one more set. Felt good. So total upper body today was 12 sets. Today is Thursday. I try to take off, definitely. We'll always take Sunday off. 2 reasons: rest, and Carrie is only off Saturdays and Sundays. And Saturdays is usually a busy day for us. We're running errands, shopping, meal prepping, things like that. So Sundays are a little quieter, and generally that's our day to just relax and be together and catch up on things that have been happening during the week. She has a lot of things happening at work, and I have my rehab, so we talk about that and make plans for the future when she's going to retire. And we're also making plans on, she's always wanted to see Scotland, so we're making plans to go to Scotland in the near future. And those plans were always put on hold pre-op because I really couldn't walk that much. But now, I think by December I'll be able to keep up with her and possibly even exceed her expectations and mine of how much we can walk and see in Scotland. Last set. Okay, that's my resistance workout for today. Now I go in, I'll have a smoothie, almond milk, protein powder, spinach, blueberries, creatine, glutamine, and I'll wait about an hour after that, an hour and a half, and I'll have my Greek yogurt, my egg hack, which is 3 whole eggs, a little bit of egg whites, and cottage cheese, and I scramble that up. And then after that, I wait a couple of hours, and my next meal, today I haven't planned, I'm sorry to say, but it'll probably be sweet potatoes. I boil them, mash them, put some cinnamon, and then I'll have that probably with chicken today, and that'll be my 3rd meal. And my 4th meal will be when Carrie gets here, although she's not going to be eating tonight, so it'll be whatever I muster up. It may be tuna fish with rice, a can of tuna fish, which will probably have about 25 to 30 grams of protein, and rice, and I'll have that early enough so that it doesn't interfere, that those carbs won't just be sitting there. And I usually have that right after my last walk, where I've elevated my system, and I'll be able to, my body will utilize those carbs and protein quickly. So peace out, stay strong, and love you all, guys. Take care.